All right, guys, so we got through day 12 of accepting every order on per order, not per time. Anyways, let's get into it. Yeah, we got the first order. We did start at 11 a.m. I didn't mean to get started this late. Just got stuff done around the house, and plus it took longer than I wanted to get the last video up. Hopefully that doesn't happen today. But anyways, first order wasn't too bad. It was $9.50 for 7.6 miles, but it was going the exact place I wanted to go. So in my opinion, it's free miles. It's going to go that way anyways. We also had the $1 for verifying store holiday hours, but I forgot to do it again. Anyways, so this one turned out to be $9.50 for 28 minutes, and the tips were $7. Base pay was $2.50, and that one was actually on time. I was surprised. Anyways, yeah, because that one's out in the middle of nowhere, and most of the time, those orders do sit there a while and don't get picked up for some reason. Well, it's because it's out in the middle of nowhere. Nobody really wants to drive out there. And most of the time the orders don't, there's no drivers in the area, so they get sent further away and nobody wants to come to pick up at that store. But it works out for me a lot of times because I'm going that way anyways. It's my direction from home. Anyways, so the next order, Safeway, 9 items, $13.75 for 4 miles. Not a bad order either because I wanted to go that way. Also, we got that one done. Come on. There we go. It was $6.75 base pay, $7 tips. And so could have been a lot better base pay, but it is what it is. It's just how the DoorDash system works, especially when you're accepting everything. Anyways, the next one, 1.8 miles for $6. Not a bad order here either. I wouldn't really consider it a high-paying offer, but it's good enough. Anyways, let's go on. We got $2 base pay, $4 customer tips, and they did add an extra $2, making it $8 for an added tip, which was nice. Anyways, we got this next one, $10.50 for 7.9 miles at Applebee's. I wouldn't normally do an order like this, but technically it's not completely bad. It is on the line, and so sometimes I would do it, sometimes not, depending on how busy the area is that I currently am in. Anyways, got $7 tip, $3.50 base pay. So we got $32.25 in an hour and a half. So not terrible, probably about 18 an hour. This next one was decent enough. Got 2.8 miles for $20.62, 24 items. And we made, and plus we got an extra $5 tip. Which one was that on though? I don't even remember. I got a $5 extra tip, which I made sure to show it. But was it on that one? Oh yeah, I can't even remember. No, it wasn't on the Safeway one. I remember dropping that one off now that I'm thinking about it, so I didn't get the $5 on that one. Which one did we get that one on? Or was it the Applebee's? I can't even remember, but I'm pretty sure it was on the Applebee's order. Either way, I got an extra $5 somewhere. Let's go on. So the Safeway order turned out to be $11.25 base pay and $9.37 customer tips. All right, so the next order didn't really want to do, but it really wasn't that bad. Not that great, but good enough. It was only 2 items. Walgreens, 5.7 miles for $8.50. So we got that one done. And we got $5 base pay, $3.50 tip. The next one was 1.8 miles, $9.25 for 8 items at Safeway. Not too bad. That was actually a pretty decent order. Then we got another additional one added on for an extra 5 items, $12.75 for 7.2 miles. Decently out in the middle of nowhere. Not the greatest, but not bad. And then we got another one added on for an additional 5.7 miles for $9. So in total, that's 9 plus, that makes it 21 plus, that's, pretty much $30 between the orders. There was a lot of complications on the orders, though. A lot of miscellaneous things that were kind of a pain in the butt, but we got through it. Anyways, we got $9.25 on that, $5.75 base pay, $3.50 customer tip. The next one was $7 base pay, $2 customer tips for $9. And the other one was for the $12.75, $7.75 base pay, $5 customer tips. And then, yeah, that customer like messaged me, and it doesn't usually happen at Safeway. I don't usually get customers messaging me and being like, where is, what's taking so long? Blah, blah, blah. A lot of times I'll go ahead and message customers ahead of time, and I'll be like, yeah, it's going to take a little bit because I have, 3 orders at the same time. But sometimes, I don't know, if I do that ahead of time, they're like, what? Like, okay, huh? Like they're mad that I have 3 orders, and I'm like, have to explain this to them. Like, they add on orders, you pay for express, but, my acceptance rate matters, and I got to make sure to do whatever they give me. Well, I don't have to, but still, I'm accepting everything. And, yeah, if I do it when I'm on the way, it's like, because sometimes they cancel. I've had that happen where I'm like, yeah, it's going to take a little bit, I'm sorry. And they're just like, whatever. And they just drop the order, and then they reorder, which takes even longer because you got to try to find another driver. And on top of that, they might get a triple order also. Anyways, I guess they could order express the next time around. Whatever. The next order was Safeway again, 9.5 miles, $15.75. It says only 6 items, and this wouldn't be a bad order if it didn't come with so many complications. I should have just refunded, and, I was trying to get through to the customer, and I took too long, but yeah, and the customer was a pain in the freaking butt. Said he was going to tip even more, and he totally didn't. But it is what it is. Maybe it just got glitched because there is that whole tip throttling thing where if you try to add a big tip, it just glitches out. Either it grays out or it gives an error. And a lot of customers think that the tip probably went through, and it doesn't. Anyways, so this one was, yeah, it got to balloon, and they're messaging me, and they're like, is there any already blown up? Like, message them back. No, they don't have any. And then I was like, they were like, can you blow me up a happy birthday balloon? And I was like, they have the balloon bouquet, because I was already blowing up the one. I was trying to see if they wanted the other one, because they didn't have the special, the priced one that was like $12.99 or something like that. So I was like, do you want the other one that's $18.99? And they didn't say anything. They were messaging me, and then they just stopped messaging me. They didn't say anything. And I'm like, do you want it or not? What's going on here? And they finally messaged back as I'm in line, about to check out. I should have just told them, sorry, I'm already about to pay. But I was like, all right, if you want the other one, I'll go ahead and get back in line. It's probably going to take a little bit. If you could tip extra, that would be great, as this is taking, longer than it should. And they were like, oh, yeah, I'll totally tip more, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, it's going to be another $18.99 and compared to the $12.99 price for the other one. And at first, I'm in line. I'm like, yeah, I'm about there. At first, I was like, yeah, it's going to take a little bit. And then I was realizing it's not going to take very long, because all they're doing is paying. They're not trying to get anything from the desk. And so I'm like, yeah, I'm almost there. I'm about to, I can get it. Do you want to go ahead and go with that item? And it'll take a bit of time. And they're like, wait, you got a balloon already? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh, then that's good. And they were like, you got these items? And I was like, yeah. And so I go to check out. So I get back in line, and I do all that stuff. And then I even take a picture of everything that I have. And then I'm on the way, and then they message me again, and they're like, did you get all the items that I ordered? And I'm like, yeah, except the one I told you I refunded. And they're like, perfect, blah, blah, blah. And then they're, it's just a big pain in the butt. Anyways, it was $9.25 base pay, $6.50 customer tips. Took an hour to drop that off. And then I also had to drive back to the area to get another order. So, yeah, there was not even minimum wage on that. It was stupid. Anyways, at 0.8 miles, $5. Not a bad order. I wouldn't say it's a high-paying order, just like DoorDash is trying to say it is. So we got $2 base pay, $3 customer tips on that. Then we got another Safeway order that's $15.50, 4.1 miles for 3 items. Not bad at all. Then we got another one added on, $6 plus for 1.2 miles, only 4 items. And then we got another one added on, triple, $6.50 for an extra 15 items, which is pretty crappy, but it is what it is. In total, we got here $6.50 plus $6 is 12. Well, we got the plus on it. I don't stupid have a plus on us. It's because it's a pickup. So that's 12, and it's not shopping. Shopping never has pluses. And then so it'd be $28 right around there. Not too bad between the 3 orders if you look at it that way. Anyways, so this was a customer that I've never had anyone ever do. I don't think I've ever had a customer tell me this, but they were like, while you're dropping off for the order, feel free to take one of the boxes of ice cream sandwiches if you'd like, if you're allowed to. Yeah, I was like, what? I've never had anybody tell me I can take a box of ice cream. But the main thing, I was so nice of you, but it would just melt my car. Thanks for that, though. No one ever does that. You're awesome. Sorry for picking up 2 orders, but almost done. They sent me them after I got your order. If you're worried about the ice cream being not as frozen because of it, I can exchange them before I leave the store. And then they were like, they didn't respond for like a long time. But anyways, so we got one $5.50 base pay, $10 customer tip. And then conversation about, just appreciate you. And I was like, thank you seriously now. I think you're one of the awesomest customers that I've had. Seriously, it was super awesome customer. Anyways, $2 base pay, $5 customer tip, and then $5.75 with a $1 customer tip. And what was nice is they did tip an extra $10 on the order, which is, I got a screenshot of that towards the end. This pretty good Safeway order, but I didn't take it. I probably should have, but I was hungry. So we got some pizza, and we got the smoothie from Winco. They got decent pizza. I wouldn't say it's great by any means, but it's good enough for $1.25 a slice. It wasn't bad at all. $11.25 for this for 11.5 miles. Dragonfly. Not a good order by any means. And this is, look at that, 5:44 p.m. And if you look at the timestamp, 6:16 p.m. and 5:44 p.m. That's half an hour after the fact, after pickup time is when I picked up that order. And yeah, it was seriously, like, it probably would have never got picked up. I don't know, it might have. Anyway, sorry, I got a call, but okay, so we got the next order. Oh yeah, so we got $6.75 base pay, $4.50 customer tip. Not great, but then we got another order coming back down, 7.2 miles for $7. And it was $3 base pay, $4 customer tips. That one was actually on time. I was surprised. Got 3 miles on this one, $11.75, 11 items at Safeway. Not a terrible order, decent enough. And we got $6.25 base pay, $5.50 customer tips on that one. And then, as you can see, I got an extra $10 on that. Oh, it was on this one. Maybe it was, I got them mixed up. That was the one I got an extra $10 on. Got 9.2 miles for $10. Not the greatest. At the end of the night, I did not want to do it. I would not have normally done this order because I wanted to go north or stay in the area, but I was like, fine, I'll do it. And I was tired. So I hopefully didn't get a bad review or anything, because I was like, when I got there, I was like, yeah, I'm doing a YouTube challenge, because he was like, oh, the second time today, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, I wouldn't normally accept these, but I'm doing a 100% acceptance challenge. And yeah, I wouldn't have accepted this one because I actually wanted to go north, but I was like, yeah, let's do it. And I'm probably going to go home after this, but yeah, shouldn't have said that, but I was tired. Anyway, so we got another, I don't know why this is here, but that's why. So we got base pay $5 and customer tips $5 on the Taco El Rey. And then another Safeway order. I thought that was the end of the night on that one, but I guess not. $9.75 for 2.6 miles, one item at Safeway. So it was $5.75 for $4 tip. And then we got a Burger King that was, this is the one that was the end of the night. Okay, $11.50 for 9.1 at Burger King. And so $6.50 base pay, $5 customer tips. And then we saw this one I did not want to take, Uber Eats, because I was like, at the end of the night, a lot of times I'll throw on Uber Eats, and if there's a really good order, I'll go ahead and take it. But I have not seen anything that I really wanted to do. There's been some all right ones, but I was already busy with DoorDash. I don't like to do Uber Eats unless I see a really good order if DoorDash is busy. But anyways, I got two $10 customer tips because it showed that way in my messages. It was just a glitch in the DoorDash system, obviously, as I only got one $10 tip. Anyways, we better hurry up and finish this. I'm running out of room on my phone. Oh my gosh. Even though I have like 512 megabytes on this phone, just have so much crap on it. But yeah, so we made, let's see here, for yesterday, 950 and 92 is about 100. Another 100 is 200. So about 123 plus the 5, 128, about 100 or 200. So we made about $230 yesterday, all on DoorDash. I didn't get any other orders from any of the other apps I'm on. Did I lose any stars? Let me go ahead and finish this up. Let's see here. We got 100% on everything still. Customer rating is still good, and 0 ratings excluded now. So I got a perfect 5-star with no excluded. Pretty awesome, at least for now. 316 deliveries last 30 days, 13,743 lifetime deliveries, and we still are a pro shopper. We got that one wrong or missing because they didn't want the butter, obviously. They said it was missing. They should have just said it was the bad replacement choice, but it is what it is. Anyway, so we are at 18,077 total miles. We're going to go at least to 20,000 miles on this Accept Everything challenge. I might end it there. I don't know. We might go on longer. Yesterday wasn't bad. Okay, when did we end the day at? Let's see here. I only got like a minute left. Let me try to finish this up. We ended the day right at our last order, 9:06. And we started at 11. So right at 10 hours, right? Yeah. So 10 hours, we made 226 or 230. So we pretty much made $23 an hour before expenses. Not terrible. Could have been a lot better if I wasn't accepting everything because it was pretty busy yesterday. So I could have picked and chosen and probably pushed it probably up to 300 yesterday, even in the 10 hours, but I might be wrong. It just depends on how the orders go, because sometimes accepting everything's better than not, and sometimes it's the other way around. But that'll be it for day 12. Today is going to be the start of day 13. Better get this video up and get going. Thanks for watching, guys. Please thumbs up, share, comment, subscribe. Lots more content to come on this channel. Bye for now.